Nature doesn't always create perfect standards. Sometimes creation leaves behind unfinished sketches, forms that the world calls deformed. But it is in these flawed designs that we see the greatest resilience and vitality of humanity. Today, let's look back at the beauty of willpower behind physical differences. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts so we can spread these positive values together. Huang Chunkai was born in a poor village in Hunan Province, China, and had to live with one of the most severe cases of a rare disease ever recorded. From a young age, he developed tumors caused by neurofibromatosis type 1. Over time, a massive tumor weighing approximately 15 kilograms formed on his face, deforming his bone structure and putting heavy pressure on his body. This made eating, breathing, and moving extremely difficult, while also causing him to endure isolation and the stigma of social prejudice. From a medical perspective, Huang Chunkai's case presented a major challenge for surgeons. Within the tumor existed an extremely complex network of blood vessels and nerves, making surgical intervention dangerous. The major surgeries performed in Guangzhou mobilized many leading experts, along with modern medical equipment. Every step of the tumor dissection required absolute precision to avoid severe blood loss. The surgeries, which lasted for many hours, gradually removed the majority of the tumor, opening up a new chance at life for him. After overcoming many dangerous surgeries, Huang Chunkai began a challenging recovery journey. Although his face could not return to being completely normal, the significant reduction in the tumor's weight helped him remarkably improve his quality of life. He was able to eat and carry out daily activities more easily, while also regaining the confidence he had lost for many years. Huang's story became a symbol of the strength of human will in the face of adversity, while also highlighting the important role of modern medicine and compassion in helping those with extraordinary fates find hope again. Shiloh Pepin was born with cyranemelia, also known as mermaid syndrome, a rare birth defect that causes her legs to be fused together from the hips to the heels. While most children with this syndrome do not survive long, Shiloh defied all medical predictions, living for 10 years, becoming one of the longest surviving cases with the syndrome. This is thanks to her extraordinary willpower and the devoted care of her family, which helped her overcome significant life challenges. Throughout her life, Shiloh has undergone more than 150 surgeries, including kidney transplants, to maintain her basic functions. Despite facing cruel congenital defects, she always maintained an optimistic spirit, refusing surgery to separate her legs in order to preserve her mermaid identity. From a medical perspective, Shiloh is a living testament to the adaptability of children's bodies to severe deformities and the resilience of life. She is a role model of courage and determination in overcoming adversity. Shiloh Pepin passed away at the age of 10, leaving behind a profound sense of loss, but also a spiritual legacy of courage. She taught the world that the value of a life is not measured by the length of its years, but by the strength of its spirit and the marks of love it leaves. Shiloh's story reminds us to cherish life and accept differences with pride. For adult readers, Shiloh is a symbol of hope, proving that a strong heart can beat in a fragile body. Gary Turner is known as the man with the stretchiest skin in the world due to his rare genetic condition Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which affects connective tissues. His condition allows him to stretch the skin on his abdomen over 15 centimeters or cover his face with the skin from his neck without experiencing pain. This is the result of a severe structural abnormality in collagen fibers, the protein that holds skin firm, causing them to become loose and stretch far beyond the normal range for healthy individuals. Scientifically, this syndrome not only affects the skin's outer layer, but also profoundly impacts the joints and internal blood vessels. People with the condition often have extremely flexible joints, but are prone to dislocations and soft tissue injuries due to the lack of strong ligament support. Gary has learned to control his body with precision, both performing incredible skin-stretching feats and protecting himself from potential injuries. His case serves as a living medical record, helping researchers better understand the role of collagen in the human body. Despite having a condition with no known cure, Gary Turner has maintained a positive attitude and uses his unique ability to bring joy and laughter to others. He has turned a genetic flaw into a distinctive career, asserting his individuality in a world obsessed with conventional perfection. Gary's story reminds us of the biological diversity around us and how people can learn to live peacefully with their imperfections. For mature readers, he is an inspiring example of acceptance and personal creativity. Chandra Orion is a tea picker in West Bengal, India, famous for an extremely rare physical characteristic. From his lower back grows a long tuft of hair that resembles a tail. According to medical experts, this phenomenon may be related to a birth defect called spina bifida occulta. This condition occurs when one or more vertebrae do not fully close around the spinal cord. Instead of early surgical intervention, Chandra chose to keep this feature and has lived with it for many years. In the context of local culture in India, Chandra Orion's tail carries a completely different meaning compared to the perspective of modern medicine. Many believe that he is the incarnation of Hanuman, the monkey god, in Hindu belief. Therefore, numerous devotees have sought him out to meet and touch his tuft of hair in hopes of receiving luck or healing. This intersection between a rare biological condition and strong religious faith has transformed the life of an ordinary worker into an extraordinary spiritual symbol. Kim Peek is one of the most famous cases of savant syndrome in the history of neuroscience. Born with numerous abnormalities in his brain structure, including the total absence of the corpus callosum, the part that connects the two brain hemispheres, his brain developed in a very unusual way. Kim had the ability to memorize vast amounts of information, including the contents of more than 12,000 books. He could remember details about history, literature, geography, and even complex area code tables, leaving many scientists completely astonished. One of Kim Peek's most remarkable abilities was the way he read books. He could read 2 pages at the same time, with each eye focusing on a different page, and it took him only a few seconds to memorize the entire content. However, despite possessing a nearly extraordinary memory, Kim faced many difficulties with basic motor skills and social interaction. He required constant care and support from his father. It was precisely the contrast between his superhuman memory and his limitations in daily life that made him a subject of special study for neuroscientists. Kim Peek's life was not only a scientific phenomenon, but also a touching story of family bonds. His father spent many years helping his son communicate with the world and share his knowledge with the public. Thanks to this, Kim participated in numerous meetings and inspired thousands of people. His story also became the inspiration for the famous movie Rain Man, helping the public better understand savant syndrome and the extraordinary potential of the human brain. Moluwork Ambao is an Ethiopian woman who drew significant attention by claiming that she had lived for 16 years without eating or drinking anything. According to her account, the sensations of hunger and thirst completely disappeared when she was a teenager. Since that time, she has maintained that her body remains in a stable state of health despite not taking in any energy from food or water. This claim has sparked intense controversy as it seems to contradict the basic principles of biology and the human body's metabolic processes. In the face of this rare phenomenon, doctors and researchers conducted monitoring of Moluwork in a hospital setting to verify the accuracy of the claim. Some initial reports stated that during the observation period, she did not exhibit the severe signs of exhaustion typically seen in individuals suffering from malnutrition or dehydration. However, the scientific community remains cautious. Many experts believe that long-term studies under more strictly controlled conditions are necessary to determine whether her body is receiving energy in some yet-to-be-discovered way. The case of Moluwork Ambao, therefore, remains in a realm of debate between science and unexplained phenomena. Although its authenticity has not been fully proven, this story has sparked many discussions about human biological limits and the ability to adapt under extreme conditions. For scientists, this is an interesting example for studying metabolic mechanisms, psychology, and the body's ability to control hunger while serving as a reminder that many mysteries of human biology remain unsolved. Chanel Tapper is a woman from California who has captured the attention of researchers and the media thanks to her nearly 10 centimeters long tongue. This rare feature earned her a spot in the Guinness World Records for the title of the woman with the world's longest tongue. Typically, the average tongue length for women is only about 7.9 centimeters. Therefore, Chanel's case is considered a rare biological variation. What is special is that this characteristic does not affect her health and has instead become her unique personal trademark. From an anatomical perspective, the tongue is a flexible muscular mass that plays a crucial role in speech tasting and aiding the eating process. When the tongue's length is greater than average, as in Chanel Tapper's case, the body requires natural adjustments in the structure of the jaw and oral cavity. The associated nerves and muscle groups must coordinate smoothly to control precise movements. Thanks to the body's natural adaptability, Chanel can still speak, eat, and carry out daily activities completely normally without any significant obstacles. Chanel Tapper's story also brings a positive perspective on self-confidence and self-acceptance. Instead of seeking ways to change to be like the majority, she chose to cherish her unique trait. Chanel frequently appears in media programs and educational events to share messages about the diversity of the human body. Her journey shows that physical differences do not necessarily have to be hidden, but can instead become a source of inspiration, helping many people learn to love and respect themselves. Lalit Patidar suffers from congenital hypertrichosis, an extremely rare condition that causes thick hair to grow over the body and especially the face. From a young age, Lalit's face was covered in a thick layer of hair, leading to the condition often being referred to as werewolf syndrome. This physical difference made his childhood life very difficult, ranging from curious stares to social prejudices in the community where he grew up. Instead of letting differences become a barrier, Lalit Patidar has chosen to turn his story into a source of inspiration for the community. He actively shares his daily life and helps people better understand rare diseases. Through social media and interviews, Lalit conveys a message of self-confidence and self-acceptance. His story serves as a reminder that a person's value lies not in their appearance, but in their resilience, self-esteem, and ability to overcome adversity. Lizzie Velasquez was born with an extremely rare disorder known as Marfanoid progeroid lipodystrophy syndrome. This condition prevents her body from storing subcutaneous fat, causing her weight to remain very low despite consuming many calories every day. As she grew up, Lizzie also had to face many other health issues, such as a weak immune system and impaired vision. In addition to these medical difficulties, she was once the target of online ridicule, which caused deep psychological trauma during her youth. From a scientific perspective, Lizzie Velasquez's body provides valuable information for researchers regarding energy metabolism mechanisms and the role of adipose tissue in the body. Adipose tissue not only helps store energy, but also protects internal organs and supports biological balance. The complete absence of this tissue layer forces the body to adapt in various ways to maintain normal functions. Doctors were once surprised that Lizzie maintained her mental clarity, optimistic spirit, and active work capacity despite living with numerous physical limitations. Lizzie Velasquez transformed adversity into an inspiring mission, affirming that human value lies in compassion rather than appearance. Her journey is a profound lesson in self-confidence, helping millions redefine true beauty from within. So in a judgmental society, what truly constitutes the core value of an individual? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us in continuing to spread these meaningful stories. Edward Nino Hernandez from Colombia once held the world record for the shortest height at just 70 centimeters due to primordial dwarfism, a rare form of primordial short stature. Unlike common forms of dwarfism, Edward's body developed very slowly, starting from the embryonic stage, causing his organs and limbs to remain proportionately balanced despite being miniature. Although his stature resembles that of a young child, Edward possesses the intellect and soul of an adult. He carries within him enthusiasm, a desire to assert himself, and a commitment to integrating into the community with confidence and joy. Medical experts suggest that individuals with primordial dwarfism often face numerous health risks, ranging from cardiovascular issues to bone structure complications due to limited body space. However, Edward has demonstrated an extraordinary ability to adapt to daily life. He maintains flexibility and a passion for the arts, particularly traditional dances. Instead of viewing his height as a barrier, he turns it into a unique highlight, attracting attention and bringing joy to the community, while inspiring creativity and perseverance through every challenge. Edward Niño. Hernandez's life is a living testament to viewing differences through a positive lens. He participates in cultural activities, maintaining an optimistic spirit and a constant smile, breaking the prejudice that people with disabilities must live in gloom. Edward's resilience and attitude toward life show that a person's true stature is not measured by height, but by dreams, joy, and self-acceptance. His image is a powerful source of motivation for anyone facing difficulties, reminding us that happiness is always present if one puts in the effort and appreciates oneself. Shi Cuping. A Chinese woman has spent over 40 years of her life nurturing her record-breaking hair, which reached a length of more than 5.6 meters. Starting at just 13 years old, she turned hair care into a daily habit, evolving it into a philosophy of life filled with patience. Her hair is not only a physical metric, but also a testament to the durability of keratin and the body's capacity for long-term vitality. Maintaining this hair requires her to adhere to very strict methods and meticulous care. From a biological and physical perspective, maintaining such long and heavy hair has a significant impact on the body, particularly the cervical spine and the shoulder and neck area. Scientists hypothesize that the muscular system adapts to maintain balance while she moves. The process of cleaning and drying the hair lasts for hours, serving as a challenge to both physical strength and patience. This is a journey of silent sacrifice, reflecting persistence and steadfastness, especially within traditional East Asian culture. Shi Cuping's journey offers profound lessons on the value of patience and accumulation in modern life. Her hair is a work of art representing relentless time and effort. Her story not only highlights a world record, but also serves as a lesson in how we persistently nurture and develop personal values. She has proven that with enough dedication and steadfastness, any miracle can be achieved. Yu Jiangxia, a woman from Shanghai, China, has astonished the medical community by possessing record-breaking eyelashes longer than 12 centimeters, with some strands even exceeding the 20-centimeter mark. Unlike common cosmetic interventions, her eyelashes grow completely naturally and continue to lengthen over time. Medical experts believe this is an extremely rare genetic variation in the hair follicle growth cycle, where the growth phase is abnormally prolonged, allowing the eyelashes to reach an extraordinary length. In daily life, Yu Jiangxia does not consider long eyelashes an inconvenience, but rather a gift from nature symbolizing health and longevity. She shares that the long eyelashes do not obstruct her vision or daily activities, but instead bring a sense of serenity and a deep connection with her body. Maintaining these eyelashes requires meticulous care to avoid breaking or losing the delicate strands. Her story opens up research opportunities regarding hair follicle control mechanisms, fostering a new understanding of hair and bristles. The case of Yu Jiangxia is a testament to biodiversity and the concept of unique beauty. Instead of conforming to common beauty standards, she chooses to live in harmony with and take pride in this personal characteristic. The way she faces public curiosity with composure and confidence is a lesson in self-acceptance. This story reminds us that every natural variation, however strange, carries a message about the wonder of the genetic code and human adaptability. Dominique was born in Ivory Coast with an extremely rare medical condition known as parasitic twinning. During embryonic development, a twin failed to develop fully and was partially absorbed into her body. When she was born, Dominique had 2 extra legs and a portion of a spine protruding from her back and neck area. This condition not only caused physical deformity, but also placed tremendous pressure on her cardiovascular system and spine, directly threatening her mobility and her life if medical intervention was not provided in time. Dominique's journey to reclaim her life began when she was brought to the United States to undergo a complex major surgery in Chicago. A team of over 50 medical experts worked continuously for many hours to dissect the shared bone structures, nerves, and blood vessels without damaging the spinal cord. This surgery was considered a miracle of modern medicine, requiring absolute precision in analyzing complex systems. The successful removal of the extra body parts gave Dominique the chance to grow up normally, free from the burden of a cruel fate since birth. Dominique's story is a medical case file full of humanity, a testament to the power of compassion and borderless scientific progress. Her miraculous recovery process has brought boundless hope to her family and become a source of inspiration for the international medical community. It is a profound lesson on the value of life and the effort to protect every individual's right to develop normally. Looking at her journey, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexity of human formation and appreciate the medical advancements that help correct the mistakes of nature. Abby and Brittany Hensel are among the rarest conjoined twins in the world to grow up healthy into adulthood with 2 heads sharing a single body. The sisters possess 2 hearts and 2 separate lung systems, but share internal organs from the waist down, including the digestive and reproductive systems. The most astonishing aspect is their motor coordination. Each twin controls one half of the body, yet they can perform complex activities together, such as driving, swimming, or playing sports with a rhythmic synchronization, as if they were a single, completely unified individual. In their daily lives, the 2 sisters have demonstrated an extraordinary ability to adapt and compromise to build an independent, meaningful life. They graduated from university, became elementary school teachers, and maintain an active social life despite legal hurdles or the curious stares of the public. Every decision from choosing outfits to career direction requires absolute consensus and understanding between 2 souls sharing one body. They do not view their condition as a defect, but as a unique way of existing full of resilience and pride. The story of the Hensel twins provides profound reflections on behavioral psychology and the definition of individuality in biomedicine. Their journey is a lesson in empathy and the power of cooperation, reminding us that the boundaries of human capability are far vaster than imagined. Abby and Brittany's optimism and persistence in asserting their self-worth serve as a massive source of inspiration for the community. They are living symbols of transcending biological limits to live a full life, respected for their sheer resilience and true talent. Mandy Sellers, a British woman, suffers from a rare syndrome associated with a PIK3CA gene mutation, causing her legs to grow uncontrollably and reach a massive size compared to her upper body. The weight of her legs at one point reached nearly 100 kilograms, causing immense difficulty in movement and placing tremendous pressure on her cardiovascular system and skeletal structure. Even when doctors performed an amputation on one leg to save her health, a shocking medical phenomenon occurred. The stump began to grow back and soon reached its original massive size, challenging medical understanding. Instead of despairing in the face of her cruel illness, Mandy has become an active advocate for global rare disease research. She bravely participated in clinical trials for new drugs aimed at inhibiting mutant cell growth, helping scientists better understand the mechanism of human tissue development. Mandy's resilience lies not only in enduring physical pain, but also in a rare optimism, as she is always willing to share her story to inspire others. She has turned her life into a living testament, making invaluable contributions to the progress of modern medicine. Mandy Sellers' profile is a powerful testament to how the human spirit can stand firm against the most severe biological transformations. Her story reminds us of the importance of genetic research and the necessity of personalized medical solutions in the future. Mandy has proven that human dignity does not depend on outward appearance, but lies in the way one faces adversity and contributes to the community. For those facing health challenges, Mandy's steadfastness is a beacon of hope, affirming that knowledge and perseverance can overcome any impasse. Devendra Suthar, an Indian carpenter, possesses a total of 28 fingers and toes, a world record for polydactyly. Instead of feeling self-conscious or choosing surgical removal like most other cases, he chose to keep them as a unique and precious part of his personal identity. From a genetic perspective, this is a manifestation of the full development of extra limbs, where the fingers and toes each have distinct bone structures and nerves. The presence of 14 fingers and 14 toes has turned him into a special phenomenon within the community. The most interesting thing is the way he has adapted and optimized this trait in his carpentry work, which requires high dexterity. He shares that having extra fingers sometimes becomes a natural advantage in holding and manipulating small tools more precisely than an average person. The brain's ability to coordinate and effectively control many fingers at once is a testament to the remarkable neuroplasticity of humans. Devendra has proven that an anatomical difference is not necessarily a barrier, but can become a useful tool through practice. Devendra Suthar's story offers a positive perspective on hard work and self-acceptance in a world constantly seeking conformity. He lived a simple life, dedicated to his craft, and always proud of his unique hands, which enabled him to create exquisite handcrafted items. The story reminds us that a person's value lies in what they create with their hands and minds, not in whether they conform to the majority. Devendra's perseverance and joy in his work are a lesson in transforming differences into strengths. Cheney Hultgren, known by his stage name Space Cowboy, is an Australian performer famous for his ability to swallow multiple swords at once. To the public, this is a shocking performance, but in reality, it is the result of a process of rigorous discipline training. Inserting sharp metal objects into the esophagus requires the artist to completely master natural reflexes, especially the gag reflex and throat muscle spasms. Cheney has transformed an ancient skill into a science of absolute muscle control and mental focus. He is someone who hungers to explore the ultimate physical limits. From a physiological perspective, sword swallowing is an act that challenges the safety limits of internal organs. The sword must follow a precise path, bypassing the heart and lungs to enter the stomach without causing any injury to the esophageal lining. Cheney Hultgren has meticulously studied his own anatomical structure to adjust his spinal posture and neck angle, creating a perfect straight line for the metal. Danger is always present, but a thorough understanding of biological limits helps him maintain safety throughout thousands of extreme performances. Cheney's journey is not just about world records or the spotlight, but a lesson in conquering fear. He represents those who long to explore how far the human body can endure and adapt to challenges. For middle-aged audiences, the story prompts reflection on the power of willpower and the importance of understanding one's own bodily map. Cheney proves that with enough passion and serious training, humans can achieve physical states of transcendence that few would dare to attempt in real life. Paul Haldor Karason became globally famous for his skin turning a deep bluish purple, a rare medical condition called argyria. This stemmed from his prolonged self-treatment of health problems with a homemade colloidal silver solution applied directly to his face. Under the influence of sunlight, the silver particles accumulated in the tissue, undergoing a chemical reaction, similar to the process of developing photographs, resulting in a permanent change in skin color. Paul's case is a prime example of the effects of heavy metals and a warning against self-medicating with unconventional remedies. Silver is an antibacterial element, but the human body lacks an effective mechanism to eliminate it when it accumulates excessively. Tiny silver particles deposit in the dermis and internal organs, causing irreversible pigmentation changes that cannot be reversed by conventional medical methods. Although argyria does not cause physical pain or impair major organ function, it creates a significant psychological burden due to the sudden change in appearance. Paul Karason learned to live with the public's curious gaze and the sensitive nickname society gave him throughout his life. Paul Karason is a reminder of medical knowledge and the importance of health awareness. Despite his bluish-purple complexion resulting from past mistakes, he maintains his dignity and self-acceptance. This story is not just a dermatological record, but a profound humanistic lesson about diversity. How can we remain vigilant against the proliferation of self-treating methods today? Leave your comments below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support us in spreading these valuable lessons. Žydrūnas Savikas, a Lithuanian strongman, is one of the strongest men in history with impressive achievements in international competitions. He has a massive physique and extraordinary muscle strength, breaking all limits of the skeletal system and tendons. His records in log lifts or truck pulls are not only due to training, but also thanks to a unique genetic structure. The exceptional development of bone density and muscle fibers has made him a monument of strength that few can match. From a sports medicine perspective, Savika's body is proof of the human body's ability to adapt to extreme pressure. To lift hundreds of kilograms, his cardiovascular system operates at maximum capacity to supply oxygen to his muscles. At the same time, his central nervous system must synchronize motor units precisely. Maintaining peak performance for decades without serious injury is a testament to scientific training methods and a deep understanding of cellular recovery mechanisms. Savika's journey is not only about strength, but also a lesson in discipline and perseverance. In middle age, when many athletes retire, he still maintains excellent physical form, proving the mental strength needed to extend one's career. His story is an inspiration to those striving to improve health and fitness, affirming that the human body is a miraculous machine when cared for properly. Savika's is a symbol of pure strength and enduring persistence. Julia Guenthel's stage name Zlata is a Russian-born German contortionist who possesses the ability to fold her body far beyond any normal standards. Julia's uniqueness lies not only in her joint flexibility, but also in her highly elastic tendon and ligament structure. This ability allows her to perform bending poses that seem possible only for invertebrates. Emerging from a young age, her talent was honed through years of professional ballet training, turning her body into a captivating living work of art that amazes the medical community. From an anatomical perspective, medical experts, after conducting MRI scans, discovered that Julia's ligaments possess a flexibility equivalent to that of a newborn. This flexibility allows her spine to bend backward at a 180-degree angle or fold her entire body into a small, narrow box. This is achieved without causing any dangerous compression to internal organs or the central nervous system. This is a gift from nature combined with a scientific training regimen that maintains connective tissue hydration, helping her maintain the title of the world's most flexible woman. Julia Guenthel's profile opens up reflection on the diversity of human physical capabilities in reality. She not only demonstrates contortionist techniques, but also displays a fluid body language expressing freedom and unpredictable transformation. For middle-aged readers, Julia's story is proof of maintaining youthfulness through a deep connection between mind and movement. She reminds us that behind the dazzling performance lies sacrifice and iron discipline, where the rigidity of bones is transformed into flowing water. Sajjad Gharibi, known as the Iranian Hulk, became famous for his gigantic physique, with bulging muscles that surpass the normal human standards. Weighing nearly 180 kilograms at a height of about 1.88 meters, Sajjad resembles superhuman characters from fictional works. The excessive growth of muscles in his shoulders, chest, and arms has created a dense body structure, raising many questions for fitness experts about the training methods and specific diet required to maintain such massive muscle mass. From a biomedical perspective, maintaining such a large body weight over a long period places significant pressure on the cardiovascular system and skeletal framework. These oversized muscles require an enormous amount of oxygen and nutrients, forcing the heart to work at high intensity continuously to sustain the dense muscle tissue. Additionally, major weight-bearing joints like the knees and spine face the risk of early degeneration due to having to support a weight that exceeds biological limits. However, Sajad's story is also intertwined with lessons about the disparity between social media images and the complexities of real life. The controversies surrounding his actual fighting ability and the authenticity of the image data have led him to face immense public pressure for an extended period. For mature audiences, this is a prime example of the importance of recognizing human strength for what it truly is, rather than relying solely on superficial appearances. Tom Staniford, a professional cyclist from the UK, suffers from MDP syndrome, an extremely rare genetic condition that prevents his body from storing fat under the skin. From a young age, Tom's face and limbs became emaciated with his skin tightly adhering to his skeletal frame. This is the result of a gene mutation that halts lipid metabolism, affecting the development of the jaw and hearing. Despite his fragile body, Tom has proven that human willpower can surpass biological limitations. The lack of fat storage presents enormous challenges in maintaining energy and protecting vital organs. Fat is not only an energy reserve, but also serves as a cushion for impact and insulation for the body. Tom faces the risk of serious injury from even the smallest impact, and his blood sugar levels are often unstable. However, through a strict diet and exercise regimen, he continues to compete at the highest levels in cycling, a sport that demands extraordinary endurance. Tom's journey proves that unwavering spirit can create extraordinary achievements, even in the face of innate adversity. Instead of viewing his illness as a sentence, he transformed it into motivation for in-depth research into nutrition and sports. Tom is living proof that human dignity is never limited by appearance or body measurements. In your opinion, what truly defines the most enduring strength of a person? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us in continuing to spread these inspiring stories. In 2012, Lauren Wasser, a talented model, faced a horrific event when she contracted toxic shock syndrome, TSS, due to improper use of a tampon. The rapidly progressing disease led to severe necrosis, forcing doctors to amputate both of her legs to save her life. From a promising career in the fashion industry, Lauren suddenly lost her legs and faced both mental and physical collapse. However, instead of succumbing to fate, she chose to rise up on prosthetic legs made of gold, transforming her pain into a humanitarian mission. From a medical perspective, Lauren's case serves as a serious warning about the hidden dangers of everyday hygiene products if not used properly. TSS, caused by Staphylococcus bacteria, can destroy tissue and the circulatory system in just a few short hours. Lauren's recovery and adaptation to prosthetic legs became a medical miracle in the field of rehabilitation and a testament to her incredible personal effort. She underwent a series of painful surgeries to adjust her bone structure and diligently worked on her balance to continue walking on international fashion runways. Today, Lauren Wasser is not only a famous model, but also an active advocate fighting for the safety of women's health products. She has transformed her difference into a powerful aesthetic statement, breaking the rigid standards of perfection in the fashion industry. Her story offers a compassionate perspective on the value of life and the miraculous healing power of the soul. Lauren stands as a living testament to the idea that one can be reborn from the ashes, turning permanent physical flaws into pride and a great source of motivation. Deddy Koswara, an Indonesian man, became famous with the nickname Tree Man due to a rare genetic disorder combined with the HPV virus. This condition caused massive tree bark-like warts to uncontrollably grow on his hands and feet, transforming his limbs into bizarre structures. The underlying cause was a weak immune system unable to stop the virus's growth, leading to the accumulation of keratin, which formed wood-like tumors. This is a tragic medical case that highlights the devastating effects of a virus on a body lacking the mechanisms for self-protection. International medical experts performed numerous major surgeries to remove kilograms of keratin tissue from Deddy's body, helping him regain basic functions like gripping and walking. However, due to the nature of his disease rooted in a congenital immune system defect, these tree branches often regrew after a short period. Deddy's treatment process became a crucial medical trial, allowing scientists to gain better insight into the interaction between genes and viruses in the formation of epithelial papillomas. His perseverance through these harsh treatments attracted global scientific attention. Deddy Koswara's life is a sad melody about loneliness and the desire to live as a normal person. He faced social rejection and prolonged physical pain, but always held on to the hope for a medical miracle. Although he ultimately passed away, the story of the Tree Man leaves behind profound reflections on the value of health and compassion in society. For mature readers, Deddy's journey serves as a reminder of humanity's fragility in the face of harsh biological changes, while also celebrating the relentless effort to regain one's identity. Donnie Fritz endured a haunting journey of survival, having to undergo extensive facial amputation to remove a malignant melanoma. The brutal surgery took away his nose, upper lip palate, and part of his forehead, leaving a horrifying gap in his face. It was a painful but necessary decision to save his life from the relentless onslaught of the disease. Donnie's story is a classic medical account of sacrificing appearance for survival. Thanks to advances in reconstructive surgery, Donnie was given a highly sophisticated silicone prosthetic face by experts. This process required a combination of sculpting artistry and precision medicine to create replacement parts that harmonized in color and shape with the rest of his body. The use of titanium screws implanted in the skull to hold the mask in place allowed Donnie to regain his basic ability to eat and communicate. Behind the silicone mask lies a resilient spirit and the boundless love of his loyal wife, who stood by him through the darkest times. Donnie Fritz has proven that human dignity does not lie in the perfection of appearance, but in the will to survive and the ability to accept harsh reality. Lakshmi Tatma, an Indian girl, was born with a rare medical condition called parasitic conjoined twins, resulting in 8 limbs from birth. These extra limbs did not fully develop but remained attached to her pelvis. Lakshmi's presence was considered a spiritual sign in her impoverished rural region where she was regarded as an incarnation of the goddess Lakshmi. However, medical science confirmed this was a complex anomaly, with the extra limbs putting pressure on her skeletal system and internal organs. To save Lakshmi's future, a 27-hour major surgery was performed by more than 30 leading medical experts in Bangalore in 2007. Doctors meticulously separated blood vessels and nerves and reconstructed her pelvis. This surgery is considered one of the most complex in pediatric history, requiring superb coordination between specialists from orthopedics, neurology, and urology to ensure the girl's safety during the operation. The success of the surgery not only gave Lakshmi a normal appearance, but also demonstrated the power of medicine and family love. Her recovery journey is a story of extraordinary resilience, where Lakshmi learns to walk again and reintegrate into the community. Her story reminds us of the combination of faith and science, honoring the value of life when protected by knowledge and compassion. Lee Redmond, a woman from Utah, USA, has spent over 30 years cultivating her record-breaking fingernails, measuring over 8.5 meters in length. Beginning in 1979, she has treated nail care as a ritual of self-discipline and patience. To maintain her enormous nails, Lee must apply olive oil and special strengthening agents daily and adjust her personal activities to avoid damaging them. It is a testament to her persistent efforts in preserving the fruits of decades of hard work. Lee Redmond's long fingernails presented numerous challenges to her bone structure and finger joint flexibility. She had to cultivate fine motor skills to be able to drive, cook, and perform tasks without damaging her nails. This perseverance is a testament to the remarkable adaptability of the human body to overcome physical limitations. However, this journey also demanded sacrifices in terms of freedom and convenience in daily life. In 2009, Lee lost all of her nails in a horrific car accident. The loss of something she had cherished for 3 decades was a huge psychological shock. However, she faced the reality with composure. Lee Redmond's story is a lesson about the impermanence of material possessions and the strength of spirit when starting over. For middle-aged readers, her journey is proof that while it's possible to create extraordinary things, it's also crucial to know how to let go when fate changes. Wim Hof, the Dutchman, nicknamed the Iceman, has become a global phenomenon thanks to his ability to withstand extreme cold without harming his body. He holds dozens of world records, such as immersing himself in ice water for hours or running marathons barefoot in the snow. Instead of considering this a random mutation, Wim Hof claims this ability comes from the Wim Hof method, a combination of breathing techniques, mental focus, and exposure to cold to activate latent biological mechanisms in the body. From a scientific perspective, Wim Hof participated in numerous medical studies at prestigious universities to demonstrate his ability to control his autonomic nervous system and immune system. Doctors were surprised to find that he could increase his heart rate and stabilize his body temperature in harsh environments, something traditionally considered impossible according to physiology. This discovery opened a new chapter in research on the mind-body connection, suggesting that the brain may positively influence health and disease resistance. Wim Hof's journey is not just about shocking records, but also about a mission to inspire a healthy and self-reliant lifestyle. Even in his middle age, he maintains vibrant energy and continues to share his methods with millions worldwide, helping them overcome the limitations of fear and illness. His story reminds us that the human body is a miraculous machine whose full potential remains untapped. Wim Hof demonstrates that through discipline and inner understanding, we can master our lives and achieve physical and mental well-being. Despite their imperfect physical forms, their unwavering resilience transformed these seemingly mismatched creations of nature into epic tales of willpower. They didn't need perfect bodies to live great lives, for true strength never lay in their bones or skin, but in the way they smiled and stood firm in the face of the world's gaze. If today's story touched your heart, please give us more motivation by liking and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to leave a comment sharing your feelings or sending a best wishes to the brave warriors we just mentioned. Your empathy is the greatest source of energy. Thank you, and see you again on our next inspiring journeys.